Hey there, boys and girls, it's Miss James, and we're here today for another third grade ELA lesson. Today, we'll be working on lesson 20, comparing and contrasting to text. Today is day 2 of week 6. Boys and girls, our standard today is RI9, which reads, combine information from 2 different texts on the same topic, and use the integrated information to write or speak about the topic. Our learning target states, looking at how 2 texts on the same topic are alike and different can give you a better understanding of the topic. And our academic talk vocabulary words are important points, compare, contrast, and key details. And we'll use these phrases and words to talk about the text. So boys and girls, let's review what we've learned so far. Yesterday, we looked at how 2 texts on the same topic were alike and different, and how doing so gave us a better understanding of the topic. Remember, boys and girls, contrast tells how texts are different, and compare tells how texts are alike. What will we learn about today? Today, we will read 2 short magazine articles about the same topic. First, we will read to understand what the articles are mostly about. Then we will reread to compare and contrast the important points of the articles. Boys and girls, we're going to read both of these articles, and then we're going to compare and contrast them. So as I read the articles aloud, read along with me and begin thinking about the important points each article wants us to learn. Our first article is titled, Don't Feed the Animals, by Marvin Reinhardt. Paragraph 1. Have you ever seen a chipmunk begging for food from a person? Many people might want to give the chipmunk a piece of their snack, but please don't. If we want to have healthy wild animals, then we can't give animals people food. Paragraph 2. People food can make wild animals sick. It also teaches them to need people to live. Instead of finding their own food, the animals learn to beg. When people aren't around, the animals don't know what to do. They forgot how to live off the land around them. Our second article is titled, Our Animal Friends, by Jerry Lempto. Paragraph 1. We need to take care of our animals. One way to keep animals safe is not to feed them. Feeding them makes them come back for more. It keeps them from finding their own food. Paragraph 2. Another way to keep our animals safe is to be careful when driving. Many animals are killed each year by people driving too fast. Let's look at our close reader habits. It reads, underline a sentence in each passage that tells an important point. Well, boys and girls, if I look back at the first passage, I see an important point right off the bat. Do you see it too? Yes, that last sentence of paragraph 1. If you want to have healthy wild animals, then we can't give animals people food. I think that's an important point, don't you? Yes, so let's underline it. I also see one in paragraph 2. Did you see that one as well? Yes, that first sentence that reads, people food can make wild animals sick. That is an important point, isn't it? So let's underline it. Let's look at our second article, Our Animal Friends. Do you see an important point there? I do too, right there in paragraph 1. We need to take care of our animals. That is important. And then look at paragraph 2. Do you see an important point there too? Yes, I do also. Another way to keep our animals safe is to be careful when driving. I agree. Let's make sure we've underlined both of those. Great job, boys and girls, finding those important points. What were the articles mostly about? Well, I know in our first article, Don't Feed the Animals, it was mostly about how people should not feed animals people food. And in our second article, Our Animal Friends, it was mostly about how people should take care of animals by not feeding them people food and by being careful when driving. So when I compare and contrast both of the articles, I start to notice what was alike and what was different. I know that both articles discussed how people should not feed animals people food. So that's how they were alike. And I also noticed in the second article, Our Animal Friends discussed how important it is for people to be careful when they're driving. And the first article did not discuss that. So that tells me how the articles were different. Now we'll use the Venn diagram below to compare and contrast the most important points in the passage. In the corner it reads, both articles are about animals. I will think about how they are alike and how they are different. I can look for information in the articles to help me compare the important points that both authors make about taking care of wild animals. What are some points that are alike about the topic? Well, Don't Feed the Animals says that feeding animals make them forget how to find their own food. Similarly, Our Animal Friends explains that feeding wild animals keeps them from finding their own food. So both articles make the point that people should not feed wild animals. So in the Venn diagram, in the section titled Both, I'll write, feeding animals makes them stop finding their own food. Now, I'll contrast the two articles or look for ways that they are different. Do both the articles mention driving? This important point only appears in the second article, but it's not in the first. So, I'll write in the circle titled Our Animal Friends, be careful of animals while driving. There. And I noticed in the article, Don't Feed the Animals, that it mentioned how people food can make wild animals sick. Since that wasn't mentioned in the second article, I'll write that in the circle under Don't Feed the Animals. Here we go. People food can make animals sick. There. Now I've compared and contrasted both articles, or I have found what was alike as well as what was different. Great job, boys and girls. So, boys and girls, let's wrap up what we've discussed today. Today we read 2 text articles, which helped us to continue to understand how comparing and contrasting them can help us better understand and learn even more about the topic. Great job, boys and girls. You've made it to the exit ticket. Your exit ticket reads, short response. What is an important point in Our Animal Friends that is not in Don't Feed the Animals? Here's a hint. Look back at the sentences you underlined in both passages. And boys and girls, remember to write your response in complete sentences. You did a great job in today's lesson, boys and girls, and I look forward to seeing you again with another 3rd grade ELA lesson. And until then, have a great day. Bye, boys and girls.